hear that? It's July 6th, 2024. I want to say happy birthday, Ralphie. You're in Socorro or well, you're either at home in Socorro or you're in jail in Socorro. Either way, happy birthday. He's 40. I'm 47, so he's, I think, 47 or 48. He was my dope man. It's Socorro. Short, gorgeous. Not attracted to very many short men. But, chosen, definitely. And, just can't get out of the criminal life, you know. His mother and I have the same birthday, Mickey. Anyway, no, I need to start, I guess, doing these every day. Try and get in a habit, a pattern. So the walls are thin. This is Barrett. This is Barrett House. This is a facility for women and children who, it's a shelter. It's a huge house and has 15 rooms maybe, I guess, and a couple of the rooms have like 4 beds, and then this one has 2. When I got here, I've been here for maybe 5 days now, about 5 or 6 days. I got here a week from last Friday. No, wait, it's been 7 days. Full week. My getting here is clearly I feel like at one point, maybe like a couple of days before I left the Gateway shelter, it was like the universe just rolled out my path on a red carpet for me, and was like, all right, just take this one and everything's going to be smooth sailing, you know, because it's exactly what it's been. It was right about, at Gateway, all of a sudden we got a fire hydrant overnight by by a tree near on the facility property. I know this fire hydrant wasn't here before. How come? Like, how is it something that they could just pull up with a truck, you know, with it in the back, you know, just pop it down, put a few little connectors, and then drive off? Because apparently that's what happened. Or I shifted myself into another reality version of where to go in my life, and it started with everything was going to work out. It didn't matter what it was. If I was craving a soda, maybe for a day in my head, a certain kind, I just didn't have money, or, you know, food stamps hadn't come in, or whatever it was, then all of a sudden Rita walked up and plopped a soda down in front of me with a cup of ice, and I was like, oh my God, thank you. I was craving one of these. Yeah, I found this she goes, I found this over by the wall by the VA. There's a 6-pack sitting there. I was like, oh my God. This little old lady, she climbed the wall over the VA, and she said she found soda. This house, to get in here, you have to be referred, you know, either from another facility or something, and the phone number that they give you, you just have to call it and you leave a message. You just leave a message, and you have to call every day to see if they have a bed open. And I remember I was calling and nobody ever answered. Like, this is just a message machine. So I left a message, and just one. And I'd keep hearing in the facility people, oh, about going to Bear House, you have to call every day. You have to call every day because let's see if they have a bed open. And so I started looking for a room to rent, you know. Working at Subway for, less than 20 hours a week. I can afford, you know, maybe like 500. Like, and it was Craigslist, hard. And then 2 days before my exit, 2 or 3 days before my exit date over at Gateway, I got a call. And it was Barrett. My phone says Barrett House. And so I pushed like an idiot, I pushed the red button to hang up. What the fuck are you doing? Like, I called back, thank God she answered. Hello? Sorry, you just called? This is Christina Torre. Oh, yeah. Well, I went to voicemail. Well, no, I accidentally sent you to the... Well, we have a bed. It was a Thursday. She goes, and she said, we have one left. And we're not going to be taking any more people in for a whole another 5 days. So, can you be here today? And I was like, yes. I'd gotten my tax, that's my tax money. I wasn't going to file for my tax return. Like, I couldn't get into my information. Order transcripts. Those are going to come in how long? Well, then they came, and I couldn't find the number I was looking for. Oh, fuck it. And I had already prepared myself. I don't file taxes. I'll just get it like, what was it? $1,500. I didn't have no big deal. And just a few weeks ago, just one day, might as well just try it. Entered in the right info. Boom. It was accepted. Really? Boom. Your state was accepted. Oh, shit. Okay. You should get it in, 21 days. 21 days. 4 days later. Ching, you received a deposit of $500 and blah, blah. So yeah, I can be there tonight. I can Uber over. At Gateway, they give you 3 months to get back on your feet. Order a social security card. Get down there. It gets here. Order a birth certificate, which I did and still hasn't arrived, and they still, 90 days, kick you out. I'm sorry, you couldn't fulfill all the steps at the right time, but Barrett House, they figured out it takes about an average of about 4 months for people to get back on their feet with all of this stuff they need to get the things that they need for a job and housing, if they can get assistance, a birth certificate and a social security card. Six months I can stay here rent free so I can save money. And 4 days later I got that $500. So I purchased some things that I needed. 6 months. And then a roommate that just, 3 days later, she leaves. So I have this room to myself. Can't be any better than that. My little scooter, was it $321? On a full charge, I can get all the way to work. And like halfway back. But I just charge it at work and get all the way back. The Dollar General for Family Dollar, right next door, has anything I need. If I need something. Socks, underwear, shampoo. There's a place right next door to that to get a mani-pedi if I wanted self-care. A good, and I mean a good, Mexican food place right across the street, decently priced. Everything that I have quiet to do readings. I have internet that doesn't get cut off at midnight anymore. I have free internet all night long. I don't have to borrow money from Derek anymore for my phone card. I understand now why, if you have such a big role in your what they say, the shoes to wear when you have a big something important you're supposed to do in your life. Let's say that when you're starting to ascend and be more aware of what's going on and stuff, that you start to not like lose all your friends, but alone Because when you really find out why this is all happening, and for what reasons, and who's doing it, oh, um, it's like, you know what? All right, I'm done. I'm done playing a game where you fuckers didn't bother to give me the rule book. I'm gonna play with my rules, because it seems to me I'm getting further than I was getting before. Why is it that everything that will make a human, that will make us more aware, or give us the capability to raise our awareness of reality, are we given so many things by the government to deaden that sense so that we don't become aware? That strike anybody as it's a little hinky, no? Like, that's odd. Why is there so much of a worldwide effort to keep humans from the capability of becoming more aware of how Earth came to be and all this stuff? And it occurred to me that because if so many people armed with guns and shit became aware of the truth, which was really just thought you could just enslave us just keep us here and enslave us for all eons, and we were just gonna be okay about it? No. If I wish I could give every human the full awareness of what I have right now. Every single thing that I've discovered just truly in the last 7 days. If I could make them all suddenly in tune of that awareness, I wonder just how many would be pissed and would want to do something about it. All of humanity found out that the only reason we're here is to see if whether or not, I wonder if we could do it. Let's see if we can build a robot out of a human, and we won't tell anybody. We'll do it way off over there, and we'll hologram it with a game, and just keep an eye on it from here. Won't tell mom and dad that we're doing it, kind of thing. Two energies. I feel it's a competitive energy between a man and a robot, a machine. I can do this better. No, I can't. Watch. That's it's like chess. But what do you do with, okay, so I bet I can create a society and everything better than you can. It's like playing Sims with somebody. All right, what do you want to bet? Well, if I win, I get all of the people in your society, and I get to make them a part of make them a part of mine, and then we play again. Okay, that's what they're doing. Well, how do we figure out how many people you have in your society and I have in mine? Well, we'll do a census. Okay, and we'll put little spots in your society, and then at certain points we'll just count everybody. That's how we'll know. All right, well, how am I going to do this? I don't know. Put a time on it. We'll call it an era, and I don't know, take that hourglass, flip it over, and when that's done, Earth is an etch-a-sketch is what it is for somebody, for two people, for two energies. I feel like one is a human energy, the other is a machine. Like, what's his face in war games? Joshua and what's his face going back and forth. I can do this. I don't know if you can. I can do better. Think about it. Why is it that we're the only place where time exists? So it's like, all right, if you want to be part of this, cool. But if you didn't sign up for this, I feel like I signed up for this full-on excursion and attraction. Give the people my money, right? And in the fine print, I didn't read, oh, and by the way, we're going to wipe your memory right after this so you have no idea what you're doing. Would you have agreed to that shit? No. But everybody did. And again, what's his favorite? Rumpelstiltskin. Again, you don't read the fine print of the contract. And tell you that if your God, okay, if your God loses at the end of the game, at the end of the era or whatever, that you pay for their mistakes. That's why they say, oh yeah, you can bring karma from your ancestors, from the stuff that they done. Well, I get that now. That's why, like, who will be saved? The Christians, the Jews, whatever. You ever wonder about that? Saved from what? Being damned to what? It's being saved from being made a fire hydrant or a fucking goalpost in the next simulation of Earth and how things. That's why everything is always going to be a live, moving energy, because this is all made out of one big ball of knowledge of everything. That's why everything is all one. We're all God. Because we're all part of the God or the computer that made it. That's what it is. And that's how I figure out the computer has ego. God doesn't have ego. God is love. When an energy says, you will not have any other gods but me, that's ego. We were taught and programmed so well from I don't know why this just popped into my head, but I was like, are you tired of those unsightly, blemishes? And my first thought was, who said they were unsightly? Did anybody ask themselves that when that commercial comes on? Like, right away we just heard blemishes, unsightly. Okay, what is that? What happens when that happens? Well, then it's other people won't. Everything starts with other people. Why does that bother you? Well, I don't want anyone to. Wait, who? Any? Really stop and think about that. Why? We're all the same. Like, I only have a high school education. I considered my intelligence to be but thinking to myself, well, what's the difference between being smart and intelligent? What if you're just, when you're intuitive and some things, like, I don't remember, claircognizant it's called. Like, I don't know how I know, I just know. Like, smart or intelligent, that's just ability, a gift, alright, fine. But how is, there's no comparison for better or what to believe, so you just have to know it. But one thing I do know is more people knew that this was going on. They're going to be pissed enough to go, I'm not sure I like this. I was like, what am I going to tell you where the person lives? The person lives who's responsible for the reason why we're all this, and this. And they covered up with stories. They're like, well, when you reincarnate and this and no. Or when this is what happens when you go up to, heaven. Now I understand that when they say heaven is a place on earth, because it was all created here. The idea of it was created here, and it all has to do with, what was it? The stars, astronomy, the sun. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Why did we all assume that the Son was S-O-N and never S-U-N? Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. When the Son is what makes us work anyway. Father, the Son, Christ, our Savior. Son, our Savior. Well, yeah, it's because it creates energy. Without it, we'd have no. I'm like, oh yeah, 12 disciples. Well, isn't there? No, there's 12. What do you call it? Planets. I don't know. Just or I'm like, is it that video to explain all that? It's just only getting around to certain people, and it's for a reason. It's like, why bother telling the weaklings that we're under attack? You want to tell the ones who are strong and are armed and have weapons that we're under attack, right? Because a weakling, can't do anything about it. So I get that. Some people are just not supposed to know about this, not supposed to wake up. But if you're one of the ones who are supposed to and find out all this stuff without going crazy, I wanted to convince myself that I was nuts, and that's the reason I'm going through. I just can't. I'm not. You might as well try to convince me that I'm Asian. It's just. There's a movie called Idiocracy that was made. I mean, it's dumb, but it's awfully relevant and resonating. You can tell the hallways are tile. It's gotten to the point now where I can think the light to turning green by the time I get to the intersection, so that I don't have to stop, and it'll happen. I swear to God. Or I know, and I mean, and I'm sure a lot of people could say that they do things like that all the time. I'll think to myself, oh my God, please don't hit me, and they don't. But then they just. Oh my God! It was just nothing. No, you gotta look at it like you just made some shit happen. It wasn't just chances are. Especially now that when you know that you can do it. I feel like what's his face, Jim Carrey in Bruce Almighty, when he's just like walking around like, oh my God, I can do that. Oh my God, that's what it feels like. You just gotta get past when you see the changes that are really noticeable. Like again, Socorro. One day it didn't have a pickup area. The next day it did. I was freaking out in tears, camera shaking. I wasn't here. No, I just flipped myself into a better reality, or a new. I didn't know it was better at the time. I just knew that there was changes. What the hell's happened? But now that I know what's going on, anytime I see a change, I'm gonna get excited because I know it's because of something that I wanted. And then it's like walking into a kid walking into a brand new place to look for Easter eggs. Cool. I thought I was done, but whoa, there's a whole nother. That's what it feels like. I have to remember that 24/7, every minute of the day, and I can't. That's when, when I let negative things affect me, I'll turn more back into human, like, and then I'll hear the thoughts. Christina, hello, remember all the, oh yeah, that's right. And now I understand truly what do they call a non-functioning character? It's pretty much everybody around when you're. So imagine all the population thinking the same way that I am right now. Can you imagine just how fast people are going to be like, you know what, I'm not sure I like the way things are going. Who's responsible and where do I find them? I imagine that's how the beginning of like John Connor's resistance began. Yeah, mark my words. Also, okay, I could be wrong about this. I feel like I do. I feel like there are a couple of alien species that speak with higher ups of human species, with government or defense. I feel like there's like a traitor or someone who's very like two-faced, who's giving wrong information to human higher ups, who are really taking it to the bank and making preparations, or that are making the humans feel like they need make preparations for things, to prepare for things, catastrophic things that are going to happen that are never. The bad part about that is that it creates, they do a good job of creating fear for the masses, the ones who would listen. Meanwhile, Zuckerberg and billions of dollars, these underground, what do you call it? Yeah, the kids were playing them a couple of times. Just go, oh, wow. It's weird. I don't want to laugh too loud, but I guess maybe it's the first time I can actually. It's like a true, real fuck you to the billionaires. Let them spend all their money preparing for something that's never gonna happen, and it's because there's somebody giving people false information. I don't know who it is, but I want to shake their hand. Suck their dick. I don't care. And you know what? Even if all the billionaires, okay, look stupid as fuck, just to me right now, that's cool. It really is. 26 minutes I've been fucking talking already. But two, a little bit with my chemical makeup in my brain or everything. A little bit of THC and a little bit of the amphetamine. And when I say a little, it's like a splash of both, a pinch of both. I got the clearest channel connected to source possible. I can only imagine with the right combination of strain of marijuana with the amphetamine, wow. I don't know enough about the way mushrooms work to bother trying, so I'm not even curious. But microdosing could be a possibility with channeling as well, depending on what information you're looking for. I'm also finding more out about crystals and how. So your birthstone. Anybody people wonder what the birthstone's about? People's bodies resonate with the frequencies that crystals give off. Your birthstones give off. I don't know why it's making me cry. It's just because it's just powerful information to have. And so, here, wouldn't you know, what my birth crystal is a diamond. The one thing I won't let near me because it comes in the form of jewelry. I don't wear it. I'll either, because all my life I'm either losing it, I can't keep earrings on my ears, or I get things caught. I can't wear a ring with anything other than a band. And then if I get caught on something, I get pissed. Fucking damn it, pissed. So I don't wear it. How can I possibly resonate with a diamond if I never have them near me? So, everything in movies tells a little bit about what's going on. Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, the rocks, the Kalimar, I think. Those 5 rocks, those stones. The letting it snow. One of the reasons all this can happen, the access to go in and out and in and out. I feel like there was a crystal, something broke apart. All the pieces, if you have a real powerful something, and it breaks off in a bunch of little smaller somethings. Those smaller somethings still have the same power as that big something. Okay? So let's say that one big something has the capability of moving in and out of dimensions whenever you want it. And you're like, whoa, I'm going to tell like 4 of the friends and give them this capability. Just make sure they keep their mouth shut. Check this out, guys. I'm going to break you off a piece. Each of you have 4. And I have 1 now. We can talk to each other. We can do this, and this. You can't tell anybody. And we can run this bitch for fucking ever. It's pretty much, yeah. So, Now, what if all of those five decide to get back together and become one again? Is it going to have the same power? Or will now it be stronger because now it's gotten so much other energies from the times that each piece has been with all those other people? It's like you take all those people. It's and Jumanji, actually, before you can finish the game, you have to bring everybody back together that started it. That's the key to fix that's the key to fix this. All five of those pieces have to be together again. Okay, I have to go. Do some writing, but I'll be back.